What is good, New York Revival fam? We are back in the building. Your New York Revival boys, me and El Jefe. We doing our thing. Hey, El Jefe, I ain't gonna get into all the jerseys because our man E is best at it. I'm gonna just say, what's good, Mr. Jefe? What is real good? Hey, we're back on Tuesday night. How you feeling?
Feeling great, man. Feeling real good. The revival is underway. And
It is fully underway.
New York sports fans everywhere should be thanking us for starting this movement, because if we were to gather all the sports teams' records since we started, it's overwhelmingly dominant.
We are so hot right now.
Yankees, Mets, playoffs. Jets
Rangers.
and Giants. Jets and Giants, top 10 NFL teams. Jets, Giants are a real surprise. Jets are a fucking surprise.
Let's go. Rangers started us off going to the playoffs. Deep into the playoffs.
We rode to Rangers. They were our first. Well, actually, NYCFC was our first baby.
Yes, you're right. We won that right off the bat.
We went live. They won a championship 2 days later. You're welcome, soccer fans.
I couldn't return on investment right there.
Spiro, I'll give you $20 American if you can tell me one person on NYCFC.
Nope.
Past or present.
Can't even start. I can't even start. Like, I can't even begin to name their best player. And I'm ashamed because I like soccer, but no, I have no clue, man. MLS is not my thing.
I actually love soccer.
We'll ride with them.
I'll watch any game. I'll watch MLS when sometimes you get the local channels, you see some college games or some high school games. I'll watch any soccer. Yes. I love it. But here we are. We gave Eli the night off. Eli's working his butt off. He's been carrying the load for us for too long.
Yeah, man. E, we miss you. We love you, man. On that note, we also want to tell you guys, I know we promised you guys big guests, but we are going to reschedule with our man OC. He had some, difficulties with his schedule. We're going to talk to his people. We're going to talk to our people, and we're going to get this squared away for you guys. We promise. We love you guys, but we miss our man E. We wish he was here to say, hey, welcome to New York Revival, where we talk sports and entertainment. It's not just sports.
That's right.
It's also entertainment. But Vibes, we love you. But let's talk about sports here. E. All right, F.A. We have some real shit to talk about, like we were saying right off the bat. New York Yankees with a big W today to advance to the ALCS. That's the American League Championship Series for all y'all non-baseball fans out there. They rode a homer, big time early homer from Stanton, and then they judged a little capper at the end there, man. And I jokingly tweeted, as a Met fan, it just feels like every time those two guys homer, it's like they're 1,000-0. They never lose a game.
When you tweeted that, I thought you were putting a Mets jinx on us for a second. You have to admit, it kind of smelled like that, didn't it? Man, I've never seen the Yankees lose when those two hit homers. Like you're pretty much begging for it. But I mean, when those two guys are hitting, that's how they're built. And if they play like that, they will win. But it's hard to rely on that. But
Nestor's a freaking stud, man. He's been a stud all year. I kept waiting for him to fall apart. And this dude is just riding the season of his life right now. That's kind of like destiny shit, man. But let's call a spade a spade. The Yankees expected to be here. Yankee fans expected to be here. It's all about this next matchup. It always was. It always will be. Got to get past Houston. Houston's been waiting there now. Again, it's just like it's the big bad wolf, man. It's time to fucking slay that guy. And we're gonna ride the revival.
Cheaters never prosper. Shout out to everybody in the chat hanging out with us tonight. R0 jumped in nice and early. Sergeant, Precious, all our day ones are here.
Tommy, what's going, Tommy? JS, what's up, JS?
Tommy G, how we doing, brother?
Yo, R0, of course, man. He's just fucking
R0, the space master, the master spacer.
He is.
You know what? At first, I was like, man, that's a lot of Twitter spacing. But then I've grown to appreciate it so much because you need breaks from the workday.
Yes.
He'll tell you, like, I'm in and out all day. I'll jump in, I'll speak for 5 minutes, and then I may not be able to come back for 2 hours, but there's R0.
There it is.
Still rocking.
It's just a steady rock because, like, I'm always willing to listen and talk Giants, and if I could just hop on while everybody's just talking Giants 24/7. And we heard you, R0. I know you said you were going to do a 24-hour show. I don't know if it was because
I think it was playoffs. Was it playoffs?
Yes, if they reach the playoffs, if they go far playoffs. But R0, we love you, man. And listen, let's also talk about New York Rangers off to a hot start, putting up fucking goals left and right, man. Like this is the dream season that we've been waiting for. Like they fought, yes, let's go. They fought through that first learning experience season, and they played so well that they went further than anybody could imagine. They were 2 games away from going to the Stanley Cup. Now they got all the experience. All the young guys are getting better. You added a Trocheck who can win faceoffs. Power play looks like it can't be stopped. I mean, the Rangers are cruising, baby. They're cruising, and they're riding the revival as usual. Again, we'll take the pen on the back.
Oh yeah! Shout out Mikey Fresh in the chat.
Yo,
too.
Fresh, what's good, buddy?
But I love that Zib is off to like a red hot start. He's probably
picking up where he left off.
He's been my favorite. I think Kreider was just so exceptional last year.
Yes,
like he just did everything right. Just the perfect. He's the captain in my eyes. I don't care what letters on his chest. Yeah. He's the captain. But they're off to a hot start. You gotta love it. Just all our sports teams. Baby. Our sports teams are going. Kako looks like a different dude.
Dude, he looks like the number 1 pick. He just looks like that guy now. And I'm like,
after sliding down towards the end of last year to come out red hot and just look like this, a man on a mission. I absolutely love it.
All right. So let's get into some. We talked to our baseball. We talked some hockey. Let's get into the.
We know why everyone's here, right?
Yes.
We know why everyone's here.
We know where we're
new signage. New signage. How do you like it?
Ooh, I like
kind
it.
Of covered, isn't it?
Listen, I see it. That's dope. I gotta add some fucking Giants memorabilia.
You do, dude.
Damn place. I know.
Turns out Amazon has all sorts of shit.
They do know that?
I mean,
some good shit on there.
You can buy anything on Amazon.
I probably should do the Googles and try and find something. But listen, let's talk. Well, first of all, let's talk NFL
football.
Outside the Giants. Yes, some NFL football. Let's get into it. Okay. Let's talk about the Bills-Chiefs game because that was a rematch of one of the best games we've ever seen. We like to do a little thing here, Jeff. I don't know if you have it queued up. Our Limes video. Do you have the Limes video queued up so that we could put some limes on this game?
Oh, gee, I don't think.
A little bit of lime for a good time.
That was like the third video. That was such an early video.
It was very early, and we missed it. I got it. I was like, we have to bring that back. I missed the Lions video.
Glad we said
Bills-Chiefs this time around. Close game. A little bit less scoring in this one. I mean, hard to match the last one, but still came down to the end. How many limes you got on that one? How much fun did you have? How drunk were you? Let's go.
So I actually was en route to the wedding I had on Sunday. So the second half of the Giants, my wife drove to the wedding. I was actually streaming from my phone. So I was like punching the dashboard. I'm flipping out. She knows I'm crazy. It's fine. So I was like going nuts. And then I had to like basically boogie and go into the wedding. So I was basically relying on highlights for that game, but it was not the shootout that everybody expected. I caught some extended highlights. I just love watching those two quarterbacks. I think they're the two best. I think it's them and everyone else. Like the top tier is those two. And we can get into this, and I'm sure we're going to talk about Daniel Jones later. But something about those two, and it's like one of the only things that's missing from Daniel Jones is like just the wow factor. Like he's doing his job, and he's playing clean, and he's playing very well, like as well as he's ever played.
Yes.
But those two guys just have the wow factor. Not only every game, it's almost like every drive they do something. They make some throw, or they direct traffic, or they scramble and just make magic happen on a regular basis.
If they don't, you're expecting them to do it. You're shocked when they don't.
They're just fun to watch. They're just the two best. They're in a league of their own. And what'd you think of the game?
I mean, I give it a solid, 3.5 limes. 3.5 limes. It was
out of 5. Is 5 limes the most?
Out of 5 limes the most. It wasn't the 5 out of 5. There was a little bit of lull. This offense, this Chiefs offense. Let's talk about it because they take a little bit of a step back now. Everything doesn't seem as easy as it did. Kelsey's still doing Kelsey things, but nothing seems as easy as it was the past couple of years. You take a Tyreek Hill out of there, and that will do it. You take a Mike Kafka, a passing game coordinator.
Maybe that's the problem.
This is what happens. Thank you, Chiefs. We'll take them, motherfucker, because he is doing good ass things for us. So in the middle, but watching those two go at it, and it's going to be them two for hopefully the rest of the next decade. You know, I want to
Yep.
see these guys battle, and I think they will. They are generally
AFC
healthy.
Championship.
Yeah, all the time,
Right.
every year. Let's do it. And, you know, we got our next version of Brady Manning, which is going to be awesome. So yeah, I'll sit down and watch them two go all the time. Let's say a 3.7 little line for a good time. You know,
I can't give an honest rating because I didn't watch the whole game.
All right, fair.
So
give us your limes out there.
I'll give myself 2 limes for not watching the game while at the wedding.
You deserve that. You absolutely deserve that.
But I wanted to remain married, and sometimes you can't stream football games at weddings; it's frowned upon. But I was
if it was Giants game, different story.
You saw the bet that I made on the exact score. I don't know if you guys know this. FanDuel gives you, and I'm not sponsored by FanDuel. I'm just saying this.
But we want to be.
FanDuel gives you. I'm listening. My phone DMs are open. FanDuel. They give you crazy good odds to guess exact score, and there's a reason. It's hard as shit to do that. But I made like 5 of these bets because the odds are so good. But the one I put the most money I put on one was $7, and I put 24-20 Giants. And I know I jumped on Entertainer's space on Sunday morning. I said 24-20. Then I tweeted it. Tommy G actually guessed the same score. So then I bet it $7. So I arrived to the wedding as the Giants win. Saquon, like we get the ball back. I'm like, all right, well, Ravens got to 20. I need the Giants to score 2 unanswered touchdowns and that be it. I even said that to my wife. And then it unfolds that way. And I'm flipping out. And then Saquon, I'm like, well, we're going to at least kick a field goal here. I'm fucked. Like, I'm so glad the Giants are going to win, but like, I'm fucked out of that bet.
And then Saquon going down from the heavens.
Would you be honest? If you were Saquon, you probably just scored a touchdown there, right?
Well, when you're on your fuck you tour, like he's on right now, like he literally said fuck you to everybody, you would think he'd be like, yo, fuck you. I'm going to score his touchdown.
That puts the Giants up 11.
Kind of player this guy is, though.
That puts the Giants up 11 with a minute and change left. Like, that's the game.
I know. But, you know, he's thinking. He's a team player, and I love that about him, man. I love that. He's always thinking about the team, what's best. And that's the kind of player that you bring back.
That's what I said too, man. Like, my mind is changing on a lot of things this year, and Saquon is one of them. And that guy needs to be a Giant. Make it work.
Stay healthy.
3 more years. 3 more years. You know, he's a running back, but he's 25. And I know he's had some injuries. He's clearly recovered from them. But he also didn't take hits all of the time that he missed.
I tried to bring this up to my brother-in-law, who's a fucking Eagles fan.
Eagles.
And I think he's just jealous. But he went to Penn State too. So he likes Saquon. And he's saying what we're saying is ridiculous about how when he was injured, he wasn't putting miles on those knees. I think that's a significant. He missed between ankle sprains. The ankle sprains are not chronic; those are just bad luck things that happen.
Yes,
the ACL, one bad injury, which with modern day science nowadays, ACL is nothing anymore. It's not like it used to. But
not for a freak like Saquon.
Not like a freak, and for how young he is too. It's something you should be able to recover from
with the best care in the world.
Yeah. He's giving me shit where I'm like, listen, that's like that's like almost I don't know how many touches you get a year. Carries you get 400. You might get another like 50, 60 catches. So call it 450, and throw another 50. You know, that's like 700, 600 touches, whatever. That's a huge amount of
mileage. It's mileage.
Yes, mileage off your knees. Le'Veon Bell and Zeke, before they signed their contracts, they had so much mileage on their knees.
Oh, Zeke had a ton of miles on them.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think it matters. Maybe it doesn't, but we'll find out.
It's not just hits, but like you could see Saquon's shoulder is fucked up. Right. Like it happened 2 weeks ago. He re-injured it. I thought he was limp arm, man. I thought he was out. Right. Comes back because he is on. I love you. Fuck you tour is exactly what it is, and I love that. I like
he's
that.
Running mean. That. He's running fucking mean.
He definitely is. But like that's the kind of thing that he wasn't taking on while recovering from these knee and ankle injuries. He was not getting smacked. He was not breaking his shoulder or getting concussions. He wasn't doing any of that. So he's relatively fresh and extremely motivated. And you could tell by him going down, that tells you that he's still about the team. So
100%.
That tells me he wants to be a Giant. That tells me he wants to win here. I kind of think, is it too soon to get into it?
It's never too soon.
I mean, him and Daniel are like attached to the hip, kind of. You know, how are you gonna hang on to one without the other? It's gonna be really, really interesting.
And that's what good coaching does, because we're having this conversation about Daniel Jones again. And the fact that we're even having it is just
this early on too.
Yeah. Everybody, we were talking. I just put out a tweet today. We were talking about Tyrod Taylor. When is Tyrod Taylor going to take over for Daniel Jones? That's how little we thought of Daniel Jones, and now we're like, man, maybe we could open up this conversation again. The fact that we could open it up, nobody's given anybody. I don't think anybody's set either way yet. There's some people that are moving their way back from the other side of the fence, though, to at least getting on the fence again. So the fact that we're moving people onto the fence again, that is huge progress.
Yep.
Huge
You have been
progress.
you never really wavered in terms of supporting him, saying give him time, give him the things. I was more
I had my doubts.
I mean, I was more doubtful. And I was more like, I think if he was a rookie now, he could easily be
arm's
successful.
distance of the fence. Like you were starting to step away a little bit, but you were still within arm's distance.
I'll go a step further. After the first 3 weeks, I was seeing a lot of big plays left out there. And it still felt like the coaching is great, but we probably need an upgrade there. But then the last 3 weeks, he's not leaving huge plays out there. Like I can only think of one, which was a misconnection with Slayton, which could have been Slayton's fault. And then that was 2 weeks ago, I think. But like aside from that play, he's making every play. Like how many third and longs is he just zipping a pass exactly where it needs to be? He's doing everything. So like the gaudy numbers aren't there, but people forget that he's also has an elite rushing team.
Yes.
Like they're a top. Are they the top rushing team still? I know they were.
I think they are still. I'm pretty sure they are. I'll double check that here.
So
close enough.
Top 3 at worst, right? Like top 3 rushing team. So usually that quarterback is not throwing the ball all over the yard. If you have a top rushing offense, you don't need to. It's safer.
Not with those weapons that he's got as well to throw to.
So it's those two things, right? You have an elite rushing attack, and you have no wide receivers. So you're really surprised he's not throwing the ball all over. You know what I mean? Like he's doing exactly what he needs to do. The coaches are putting him in the right spot. It just seems like, imagine this offense with a couple legit wide receivers. Like, don't you think they're going to scheme up to get these wide receivers deep down the field? The pass protection is getting better and better. Like those things are going to come. So like, I can't believe how much, like the first 3 weeks, I was like, we're going to upgrade that position.
Yeah.
The last 3 weeks. Yeah. He's changing my mind week in and week out. So I'm willing to have my mind change. I don't hate the guy because of where he was drafted. I want the Giants to win, and I feel like there's a lot more football left.
There's a lot more football. I'm both Saquon and Daniel Jones. They first need to make it through their season healthy. That's been both of their problems throughout their careers. That's step one. So let's keep grinding here. Let's keep staying healthy-ish because Daniel almost had one. You know. Speaking of which, his ankles are starting to get a little bit better now. You would think, right? He's now 2 weeks in a row, no injuries.
Didn't re-injure it. Got lucky.
They weren't calling design runs as much for him, and you could tell they want to keep him in the pocket more. Maybe that was a blessing in disguise because he looks more fucking comfortable in the pocket now. Yeah. So he knew. I almost think that he knew he had to stay in the pocket, keep his eyes downfield a little bit longer, right? Started to trust his offensive line, who's starting to play a little better, block a little better. Evan Neal starting to get a little bit better on that right side. And it's all coming into fruition. He's getting more comfortable in the offense. I begged everyone, give this guy a month. Give him a fucking month, and let's see where we're at after the Bears game, you know? So he's starting to look now. He's got EPA. I think Austin Gale, a PFF guy, put out highest EPA in the last 3 weeks. You know, it's just efficient quarterback. And that takes into account distance, who you're working with, you know, the whole nine. He's at the top and even higher from the top during the second half of all these games. He's getting better as the games go on. Calf is getting better, plays better. You can see everybody just getting a little bit more comfortable. If we can get, and then you throw for like we needed water. We were in a desert. We needed water. We got Wan'Dale Robinson back. One wide receiver that is worth a damn, and he comes in there and makes an instant impact.
Immediate impact.
and like, you know.
And his snaps were limited. I think he only caught 3 passes, but you could feel his impact already. They're going to move him all over. They've had plans for him in this offense since April. Right? They targeted this guy, picked him early, according to a lot of people. A lot of
pick him up on your fantasy teams, everybody.
Too late. I play with a bunch of Giants fans. He's a long gone. I can get the remains of Kadarius Toney if I want, though. He's still.
Hey, I'm holding on to him like an idiot still, hoping that. I mean, now. Well, speaking of which, let's just touch on that.
Let's talk on that. I do want to talk on that.
How real are you giving this? real credence here? You think there's where there's smoke, there's fire? What's your thought? What's your thought there?
He's one of those guys that I just decided I'm gonna back. I'm just gonna support this guy because I truly
To
feel
the end.
his ability. He's the anti CJ Board. Like I'm just gonna support him no matter what. And
what is it? KT to the end, baby. We're ride this train until.
I just don't like he doesn't have the passion. Have you ever had a nagging injury? It's like, I don't know. He might just be injured. And
it's hammies too.
It might not be a lack of passion. He could just be injured. You know what I mean?
Are the people saying this about Keenan Allen? Because Keenan Allen has missed the past 3 to 4 weeks with the same goddamn injury. Hamstrings are tricky, people. They're even trickier for a dynamic fucking player like Kadarius Toney. So let's just wait. Let's wait and listen. If there's actual fire behind this smoke, which there very well could be, like, would you be surprised, Jeff? Probably not. Like, there might be off-field shit that's going on. Maybe he's not rehabbing good. Maybe he's not doing good in practice. Maybe he's jerking off. Who knows? Like doing stupid shit outside the football field. And then I could see that this might have some legitimacy. But man, what are you gonna get from a 6th-round pick? Like, is it gonna be worth it? And you're not making my boy, shout out Monty, who we'll bring him on later. He had the numbers, but like, you're not saving that much money by cutting him. So what's the point for a 6th-rounder that might be able to make it
for a team that's
for an elite talent,
for starving for wide receiver talent? I think he'd be a fool to trade him now. I know he's second year of frustration with the injuries and everything, but at the same time, he's only in his 2nd year on a rookie contract when you're desperate for wide receiver help. So if he can get healthy, it was impactful. But he made a difference, man. He set the defense off balance. It's another guy you have to plan for. And I think you start putting that guy in motion, lining him up all
the motion
over.
Coming over. Yeah.
Now they got Daniel Bellinger going too. That dude is a legit tight end.
Oh my God. He is looking like a little baby Kittle out there, baby.
I don't want to get too high on him yet. I'll get
just
high
call him
later.
Baby Kittle. I got real high on him real quick.
But like, he's just a reliable tight end. He's catching everything you throw at him. He's a good blocker, and he can make a play. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's just, and that's what round was he?
The 5th rounder from San Diego State.
5th round.
That's some like foresight, because they did not throw to him much at San Diego. Everybody knew that he had basketball talent behind him. He was a very athletic player, could block, but nobody knew he could catch like this. He is looking fucking fantastic out there. He's doing a little bit of everything. And shout out to this draft class, man. Like, Thibodeau finally gets his first sack, seals the game. That's what you want out of a stud edge rusher. Evan Neal starting to come around. Wan'Dale Robinson instantly put in the lineup. Like we just said, Jimmy just said, like, instant 337 impactful player. Yeah. He's big easy out there. Fucking comes in. He's playing snaps. He's doing what he needs to. Bellinger killing shit. Fucking Belton's playing. Like, yeah. I could go down the list. And one of my favorite players, Beavers, didn't make it, but he was
dude.
He was looking. I don't want to get into it because it makes me sad.
Thank you, Sarge. Bellinger was a 4th-round pick. Thank you.
Sorry. You're right. You're right.
Who was the wide receiver that was killing it and like pretty much outplaying Galladay all camp, and then he tore his ACL?
Colin Johnson. But he was here. He was here before that. He was a young player, but here before that. But man, this Shane with a slam dunk first year, and these guys are only ascending. Like, everybody, Wan'Dale just got in the lineup. Thibodeau's just getting healthier, and it's just beautiful to watch, man. And hopefully you could do one more year of this. You got your foundation just fucking built. It feels good. One more year of good picking. But hey, that first pick might not be a good pick anymore, huh? Like, we might not be able to draft that quarterback that everybody wanted. So talking about the DJ thing, he's playing ourselves out of it right now.
He is doing the best thing he could possibly do to, keep his career as a Giant alive, is taking the Giants out of the quarterback sweepstakes by winning games. Like, he is literally helping himself out every week. Right. So say the Giants pick 25th or something like that.
Even 20, like, you're not finding. It's going to be hard to find somebody in the 20 range at that point.
But you can get an absolutely diesel wide receiver,
or another lineman, or you can
do a lot of other stuff.
Keep building, baby.
Here's our guy. Hang on a second.
Ooh, look who it is.
Oh,
What's going on?
You guys are beautiful. I just want you to know, man. I'm vibing to this, man. You guys are beautiful. Listen, guys, I'm loving this show. And forgive me that I couldn't be on, man. As you can see, I sent you a bunch of pictures. I've been busy today. So my apologies. So, I'm going to make this quick, guys, because I'm loving this show, just sitting back and just enjoying the chat here. You know what I mean? But first, I want to shout out If the Giants Win Challenge, all right? Ooh. I just got a Venmo of $25 from Liana Brooks. If the Giants win, she says she's buying us the first round of beers. And guess what?
Shout out, Liana.
I just got it. So shout out to her. We will send it to you guys, split it or whatever, how the heck we're going to do it. But guys, she literally sent it, and which reminded me to do a bunch of other things as well. So paid in full. If the Giants win, shout out to her. Thank you so much. That was amazing. So cheers. So guys, we've been doing this trend, If the Giants Win, for quite some time. And every time we did it, the Giants have been winning. So we appreciate everyone joining and supporting, even down to Lawrence Tynes. It's insane, man.
5-0.
We'll get those pictures out to you guys.
We didn't do it 1 week. Guess what?
And we lost. And we lost, man. So, we're going to do it again for you guys, of course. And right now, it's kind of running out of ideas, to be honest with you.
We didn't expect this many wins. We were talking about it. We were talking about it backstage, like, I mean, don't stop winning, but like we're running out of shit to do here.
Yeah. Dude, I had no idea.
Monty's putting his life on the line, eating the spiciest shit ever.
Dude, you almost ripped your groin out, bro. You're kicking freaking field goals, 40 yards,
right? Man. I read it every other day. Like I'm old as shit. I can't just go kick. Who do I think I am? I should have said a 15-yard field goal.
I
said a 5.
Alcohol poisoning week 1, with 21 beers. What am I thinking? Right off the bat, we just set the damn bar so high.
You're fucking
dude, I picked the easy ones. Thank God, man. I'll take the easy ones then. Now I gotta find like a difficult one, and I really don't know yet. I don't know. This guy freaking drank 20-something beers. I can't top the kickoff. I can't top any of that.
Yeah, he was pretty much fine. Like
pretty okay. Everybody's like, wait,
no, he was slurring.
By
like 15, he was like, I
think it was 17 in the stadium where you like go to put your hand on the wall and you miss it or something. Like that was the best part, easily for me.
I was like, we're great, we're doing great.
I like Spiro at 17 beers. That's my guy right there.
God,
well, guys, let me remind you, the 23rd Sunday, the New York Revival Watch party, guys. So you're gonna see Spee all types of drunk. You're gonna see Hefe down, and he's gonna drink us under the table. It's just going that way.
Let's talk about this, because for my If the Giants Win challenge, I did my old. I'm doing my old half blue, half red face at the bar. I'm gonna look like an asshole. I don't care. I'm doing it for the people, baby. Let's go. I'm gonna look like goddamn Braveheart out there.
I love that you have to do that. That's so great.
God, you know what, guys? I'm bald, man, not by choice. So I'm gonna have like a rat tail of a New York Giant logo back there. It's gonna look freaking insane.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do. You're bald. You shave that shit all down. So what do you got to grow it in and then sculpt it or something?
It's actually pretty. It's grown in right now. It's had grown in, let's say, right now. So I knew this day was gonna come. So it's just gonna be a nice little 5 o'clock shadow of New York Giants. It's gonna be great.
Spiro's gonna be full Braveheart face.
Let's go. I'm worried about how it's gonna turn out, but I'm excited.
Eli, Miss Liana Brooks, that's very nice that she Venmo'd you that, and I assume we're gonna use that awesome, as the second round, because my If the Giants Win. Every Giants fan that is there with us at kickoff, I'm buying their first beer. That was my challenge. I'm standing by that. The football gods blessed me with a nice win with the FanDuel bet. So it makes me feel a lot better about this thing that I put up there. But that's happening. 1 o'clock Sunday at Tommy's Tavern in Staten Island.
Come on, meet us, people.
Yes, it's Staten Island. I know what you're thinking, but it's an extremely cool sports bar.
Yes.
And
good vibes.
It is Eli's home turf, and it's a good middle ground no matter where you're coming from. All the major roads lead there. Plenty of parking. Big sports bar. Me and Spiro will probably get there around noon. Try to set up shop. It's nothing formal. We're just watching the game at a bar. But if you got nothing to do, come join us. We're putting
all y'all to the test. We want to see who's going to really ride with us here?
Yo, this is no joke. Tommy's wings are legit.
Legit.
Oh, it's fire. Yeah, they're fire. They're the best wings I ever ate in my life, man. That's coming from a black dude. All right.
It holds more water. Let's go.
Absolutely. But guys, yeah, please, man, if you could show up, especially my people from Staten Island, support.
That's
our
an
own.
easy trip for you guys.
We support our own. Come on out. Come chill with your boy. Chill with the Revival guys. It's gonna be amazing, and I think we're gonna win this one as well. Because why say I'm gonna lose? So come on out, man. It's awesome,
Eli,
man.
you got a score prediction before you go?
Ooh. Eli puts us on the spot. Now you're on the spot.
And I'm gonna be honest with you, and I'm gonna hang up after this, guys. I think this is gonna be a tough one. I think it's gonna be a tough one.
I think so too.
But I say Giants by 3.
Okay.
Anyway, I don't have a score. You know what? Do 14-17 Giants.
Ooh, okay. Nice and low score in a defensive battle.
I think so, man. I think so. But gentlemen, I love it. You guys are doing awesome. And I just wanted to check in and tap in. And if the Giants win, look out for that tweet. I'll have something going for you guys as well. But I'll see you guys Sunday, man. I love you guys.
Love you too, man. See you Sunday.
Talk to you soon. Peace.
Later, brother.
Yeah, let's talk about you want to bring somebody on and we'll talk about the disrespect that the Giants are getting right now. Who are we getting on first? What do you think?
Let's do it. Let's do it. You know what? I know Sarge and Monty, our day ones, are here, but there's a guy that we haven't talked to in a long time. I want to have him on real quick. Okay? This is an OG. This is an OG here.
Yo,
Mikey
Fresh, let's go. Let's go.
What up, fellas?
How you doing, man? I was like, oh shit, that's a nice house, bro. But then it's pixelating Bukkake behind you.
Yeah. I just chose one that looked pretty cool.
I dig it. That's my dream house right there. So you're living in it. I
saw Mikey Fresh at the tailgate for the Carolina game week 2.
Yeah.
And I think you saw Spiro too, right? Spiro was
I got
11 beers deep at that point.
Feeling myself.
He was just getting started. He was just
getting started. Mikey Fresh, how you doing? You got a Giants take for us? How you feeling?
Yeah, it's exciting, right? I think we nailed the coach. We've seen that. We can confidently say that. We can debate Jones, right? Like there's still a lot of games left to be played, but nailed the coach. We have our left tackle, and as much as we've criticize Gettleman in the roster because there are a lot of holes. You know, Jones is throwing to, I like to say, grocery store workers for the time being. And he's playing just really with guys that aren't going to be in the league in a few months. But realistically, I would say that as many holes as there are, there's also some pretty exciting young players that have a chance to be a core moving forward, right? When you talk about Thomas, Neal had a shaky first couple games, but remember, Andrew Thomas had a horrible first 8 games.
Yep.
Yes.
Now he's the best left tackle in the league, arguably. Thibodeau, you love his motor, man. He's got a ton of pressures. McKinney. So, as much as we make fun of the roster because it's not whole, there are some nice pieces. So it's exciting. That's the bottom line. It's exciting.
Yeah, and you can throw Jackson in there too. Adoree Jackson,
definitely
good free agent signing. You know, we killed him for Galladay because the Galladay contract sucks. But let's give him credit for Adoree there because that's a good sign right there.
Gettleman didn't miss on everything he did.
Yeah,
right. That's the nicest thing I could say about Gettleman. He didn't miss on everything.
You weren't terrible all the time. That's the best thing we can say.
Yeah, and Mike Kafka and Wink have really been awesome, man. The coaching is everything. You talk about situational football, red zone, third downs. That's where coaching shows up. He outdid John Harbaugh and Matt LaFleur in the last 2 games, just as Danny Dimes outplayed Aaron Rodgers and Lamar Jackson. Call it like it is. We criticize him when we need to criticize him, but let's call it like it is.
I think with last year's coaching staff, we're 2-4 at best.
Oh yeah,
that's how strongly I believe that we got the right guys, and that's crazy. What 1 year with no cap space, with one draft and a lot of manipulation to try and get the right guys in here. Like Jaheed Ward, where was he? What a pickup, and you piece together an offensive line that's okay, it's duct taped together right now, but you have bookend tackles for the next decade. So,
where are you guys at with signing Barkley?
He's I think making his case right now. Imagine letting an MVP candidate run it, just say 25 years old. See ya. Like we're gonna look a different way. I know you could talk about running back value and how it plummets all the time. Whatever the fuck. This guy is the face of this franchise right now. He's an MVP candidate. He's still damn young, and he doesn't have a ton of miles on him. There's a lot, and he's not just a running back. Again, we say it all the time. He's a fucking weapon. He can catch.
So you giving him like multiple years, big money, or
3 years? 3 years. Give him around Chubb money. You know, like he's not going to break the bank. I don't think he's not going to like bankrupt this team. He knows something good's built in, and I feel like he will play it fair. Give him good money,
or you can tag him.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, you go down that path too. You can tag him 1 more year. I think, in my opinion, give him 3 years. Like, make him happy, and then it's not going to sink you for if that contract goes a little bit hard.
I think the good thing about Jones is he doesn't strike me as the type of guy who's going to like test the market and try to squeeze them for any penny.
He's not going to get a lot of money.
And also, he's going to realize that, like, for his own development, like him and Dayball is probably the best thing for him.
Mm-hmm.
So,
really good point.
Like I don't think he's the type of guy that's going to try to squeeze us for every penny. I mean, who knows? But I just don't.
I know. Right. I wonder if if it matters more about who their agent is and what what their group is telling them to do.
Very true.
And Saquon is more likely to be like, pay me, because he's an elite. He's elite at his position,
and he is a running back. We have to account for that.
They know they have to get their money. But Daniel Jones, like, why wouldn't he take a team friendly if they want to bring him back for 2 or 3 years? And you've seen
what this coach could do for you.
Why would he go anywhere else?
Right.
Why would he want to? Right. Like, he might be happy just to have a second contract at all. Give him $8 million.
Yeah. I mean, again, a lot of football left, so I think time to will tell. I really thought coming in though that Shane and Dayball, like, in their minds, were like, he's not our guy. I'm wondering if he's changing their minds at all, or I mean, we'll see.
Yeah.
It's just a business decision, because I think if Daniel Jones was a rookie, you wouldn't be worried about the future of the quarterback position. You'd be like, this guy's playing well, he's developing. I think it's just a business thing. Do you want
a lot of business decisions? Yeah, a lot of business decisions.
There's 6 or 7 quarterbacks that, like, you're like, okay, period, he's our guy, end of discussion, right? And then there's everybody else, and like, even if you're Kirk Cousins and the Vikings, I'm sure they've tried to upgrade every year, but you don't just throw a productive quarterback to the side just for the sake of throwing him to the side. So like, with where we'll be drafting and with the free agents that are going to be available, unless Justin Herbert demands a trade, I don't know if there's going to be the clear cut like that dude for us to go get, in which case it brings us back to running it back with Jones.
Yeah, and listen, it's going to be tough.
Unless Herbert does demand a trade. It is a shit show over there.
Let's see. Yeah. But you got Julian Love, you got Dexter Lawrence, you got Saquon, you got Daniel Jones, you got Andrew Thomas, who's going to get paid. There's a lot of big decisions coming up, and it's going to be not a lot of money to go around for everybody. Leo Williams still has a big number. There's people that are
$32 million
next year, man. Yeah, so you might have to lose Leo to sign these guys to get that whole core, back. But it's gonna be very interesting to see, man. And again, good problems to have, because we're talking about all these guys: Julian Love, Dexter Lawrence,
for now, we'll just enjoy the wins.
Jones. Yeah, man. Shit, I agree, man. Fresh, listen, we're gonna let you go. We love you, baby. Thank you for coming on, man. We miss you.
Good seeing you. Keep up the good work.
You stop around more, man. We miss you.
I will.
Jump on anytime, bro.
All right, so who we got next? We're gonna have to rattle off a couple people here, because we're trying to keep it. We're trying to keep the wires.
We're way behind.
Come on.
Sarge is first guy in here. So we're gonna try and shuffle through, and then anybody who can hang out at the end. You know what we do? We bring the whole party back at the end.
There he is.
What's up, Sarge?
Finally, I'm not gonna do that. Jesus Christ!
that's our zeros.
Takes 45 minutes. God. 5-1, baby. We did it.
5-1.
5-1.
Another impossible victory.
I had a nice cigar. Whoa.
How nice is that cigar? Hey, nothing's impossible anymore. Everything is open for the Giants to take.
Is our oyster.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. They're going out and grabbing it, and they're taking it from these good teams. You'll love to see it in the second half when they're down double digits. The Titans game, the double digits. The fucking the Green Bay game, double digits. The Ravens. I mean, come on, man.
And I mean, the walk back from the national media is disgusting.
Love it.
Tim Martin's out there interviewing Daniel Jones with his helmet, and it's like, didn't you just talk about tanking?
Fuck out of here! Get out of here! Stay on that side of the fence.
Stay on that side of the table.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we don't need that shit. Listen, and we put out a tweet this week about our boy who kind of have to apologize, but kind of did Louis Riddick.
Don't get me started on Louis.
It was like the biggest apology his ego would let him make. Right?
Block me again.
Weak, bro. He's so weak. But listen, didn't we make the right move getting to Shane over here over the Louis Riddick? I mean, shit.
You guys are talking about contracts and you're worried. Why are we worried? We've got we've got the wizard in the front office.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Are you telling me that we're not going to exercise Andrew Thomas's 5th-year option? We did it to Dex. We're going to do it to AT. We're going to pay that boy, but we're going to pay him smart. We're not going to let him walk. We're going to pay him smartly. I trust Joe Shane.
6 games in, and I trust Shane and Dable with my life already.
My life.
I'm ready to get
seeing them.
If they fuck up, I'm ready to get hurt.
I love seeing their face too. Every time I see their face, it's like, God,
they're excited.
They just make me happy. Yeah, like Dave's face, I just want to squeeze it.
Like Dable's coming off the field and Joe Shane's grabbing him and kissing him on his bald ass head. I love it.
So many good vibes on around
Shane is just like
man.
he's young, he's slick. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And Dable, there's so many layers to Dable. Like he's got this like
this
media
everywhere.
thing where like he's got a little edge to him. I like when the guy asks a question about Daniel Jones.
Yeah,
hang on, Sarge. When the guy asks a question about Daniel Jones,
was that Pat Leonard? It was probably.
And he
Pat
looks
Leonard,
over. He's like, "Yeah, Sarge, you're still talking."
I'm excited.
He was like, "Oh, Daniel Jones in the 4th quarter again, right?
Yes,
like 5 for 5, 4th quarter." Like he looked like he was like beaming through their eyes, like lasers through their eyes for asking a question about.
He's
Daniel
got that
Jones.
Sneaky comedy about him. Sneaky comedy. I love it.
Dude, he's Canadian, so it's all.
And he got that black magic. He had that his grandpa's pouch. In the first game, he's like, he's gonna miss his kick. He's gonna miss his kick. Boom, he misses the kick. There's just so many good things coming. He's pumped after every damn game. Him and Wink at the end of the game, they're like, "Yo, I got you." As they're like jacked up. I'm like, God, this team, I love every one of them.
How can you not be excited? Anybody who's not excited, just go now. We're done.
Yeah. Get the fuck out. You're never gonna be happy.
Don't be Jets fans. I'm tired of hearing it.
There's still fire in the Twitter spaces. Giants fans still at each other's throats. Rob, R0, let me bring you on real quick. R0 was yelling like his life.
I'm not in character.
He wasn't ready.
Character.
I wasn't ready.
I
wasn't ready, bro.
He didn't drink his tea.
Don't worry, Sarge. I got you.
R0.
Finally, R0B has come back to New York Revival.
That's right, baby. Let's go,
Sarge.
Yo, you're the best, Zero, man. You're just holding it down all day and coming to hang out with us at night. What a fucking guy.
Where else am I gonna be?
Just living his best
with
life.
My beautiful wife.
That's
right.
But I mean, besides that, like, where else would
besides that?
I mean, let's face it, guys. I mean, there's 17 weeks of football, not counting the playoffs, and our wives are widows during this time of year. They're football widows.
Oh, my wife
Tom
already
Brady
knows.
Just talk about, I can't focus on my family life half the year because playing football is like being deployed in the military. Fuck you.
El Jefe made a joke a couple of weeks ago. He's like, I'm not going to go to this game for the sake of, my liver and my marriage.
Yeah.
He said that. There was a day where I literally was in Spaces my entire day off. And I came to sleep the whole day. And it was on a Monday. And I went to bed at like 1 o'clock or 1:30 in the morning. And she's like, I'm mad at you. I was like, I'm so sorry. Like, dude,
what happened? Is lunch ready?
Bro. And I apologized to her. I said, all right, listen, I'm never going to do it again. So I have to put a time limit. I have I have to put a time because I'll talk all night. I'll do it all
Yeah.
night.
You're
So
like a
I
little
have to
kid
put
playing
it-
video games. They gotta put a little restrictor on you.
I'm
Like,
playing some Madden. I'm playing some Madden
done.
right now. You know, I
No,
got
look
my
at that.
Giants
Look at
theme
that.
team. I'm building that shit up. But El Jefe, you were asking me a question. You brought me on. You were asking me a
Well, I
question.
was just saying, Giants are 5-1. The vibe should be as high as you can imagine, and yet R0. I heard him today defending himself, defending the team, defending common sense. Was screaming at the top of his lungs.
Oh yes,
God.
Against some psycho, who people are still just trashing Daniel Jones as if
my God.
he's playing terrible ball, and like there are people who are
Shout
saying
out Charlie
get rid of him. There are people who are saying get rid of him
Oh,
now.
God.
Like,
hey,
in week 7.
I didn't name drop. I didn't name drop.
I got you.
But-
Come at me, Charlie. Let's go.
Listen, what's crazy to me is look, I'm not advocating for Daniel to come back. I said it yesterday. I said it today. I'm like a little kid when you walk into the store and your dad says, "Put your hands in your fucking pockets. Don't touch nothing. Don't touch nothing." Okay, Dad. And I got my hands in my pockets. And after a couple of games, I was like, "Ooh, look, Dad. Don't put your hands back in your fucking pockets right now, son." All right. I'm so sorry. Like that's how I am with Daniel. I want to see more. Like I want to see more.
Yes.
I want to see it consistently. And people think, oh my God, you want to buy $40 million a year, $200 million? No, fucking you dumbass. No, I'm not trying to give him a fucking $200 million contract. What do you think? I'm smoking drugs or something?
I don't think there's anybody anywhere right now.
Nobody would. Nobody would.
So giving Daniel 200. That's.
But what I'm saying is, the more we win, the more out of draft position we fall. And the more I think that Daniel could potentially get a 1 or 2 year deal worth $20 to $25 million for that time, with it being heavily incentive based, with there being an opt in the second year. And think about it like this. And I was thinking about this yesterday or Monday when I was doing one of my spaces, and I was like, okay, if we make the postseason, we all know that Daniel is a better quarterback than Tyrod Taylor. So do you think Shane would give DJ away and let him walk and then turn the reins over to Tyrod Taylor let him run the team next year?
In an unknown and a rookie, maybe, that's a step back. If you're a playoff,
that's a step backwards. And if you have you're more than likely you're going to finish the season with a good record, which means your schedule next year is going to be harder than it was this year. That's just the nature of it. So why not? Plus, why would you want to go ahead and put somebody else at the helm that's not your future when the people that are in the locker room believe in Daniel Jones? They are behind Daniel Jones. They like Wandale Robinson after the game was over. Where's number 8? Where's 8 at? Where's 8? Looking for Daniel Jones. Regardless of what you feel about the guy, the players in the locker room respect him. Respect him for what he's doing. So yeah, go ahead. If you can get competent quarterback play, the guy knows your system. Go ahead and get a first-round corner. Go ahead and get an interior lineman. Go ahead and get an interior linebacker. Go ahead and get a wide receiver. And then if he shits the bed next year or is still mediocre or average, guess what? Now you've got next year's draft capital. And if you want, go out and take the following year's draft capital, move up and get a quarterback.
You can get him later. You don't have
to get him now. There's good quarterbacks coming out next year. Just as good as this year.
And then you trade future draft capital that's not going to be, listen, your foundation's set at that point. You've drafted another round of
at that point, the only thing missing is the quarterback. That's it.
And you're ready to actually go. I mean, we'll see how the team is constructed around Jones if they decide to give him another year or two. If Jones might be good enough and you can keep upgrading around him. But
maybe
you have options at that point. I'd rather not take a step back and go for a lesser rookie because we're going to be picking in the 20s. Or Tyrod Taylor, as opposed to a guy that's working. That's clearly
injury prone Tyrod Taylor too, mind you guys. He has not made it through a season in forever.
And everybody says, well, the Bills went 9-7 and they moved on from Tyrod. Okay, well, they know that Tyrod's not their future. Like, they know, like, there's a difference between Tyrod and Daniel Jones. Like, there's a difference there in
I saw that.
And so I'm like, and then I'm thinking, like, okay, what did they do to get draft capital? They traded a top 10 wide receiver in Sammy Watkins at that time and got a high draft pick for him. Then they traded Cordy Glenn, which at the time was a good upcoming offensive lineman at the tackle position. I think they traded him to Cincinnati or something. He ended up bottoming out, but they got a good draft pick for him. And they took their draft picks from that year, some from next year, and some that they got from trading away those players, and then they moved up. But at that point, their roster was set. They had Tre'Davious White. They had John Brown. They had competent wide receivers. They had a competent offensive line. They had a competent defense. Tremaine Edmonds was already there. Jordan Poyer was there. Micah Hyde was already there.
Hyde,
everything was already there. The only thing they needed was the quarterback. And then when they got the quarterback, hey, this guy's got a strong arm. This guy's got this. This guy's got that. Okay, let's look at what are we missing? A wide receiver.
Alpha.
Hey, Diggs, you want to come to Buffalo? And they went and they got a bona fide number one guy, and the rest is history. Yep. We have other holes that are on the roster. Adoree Jackson isn't going to be here for the next 10 or 15 years. He's older. Like everybody's complaining about the interior line, the corners. We don't have a lockdown guy. Interior linebacker.
Look what a good roster and a great coach and a mediocre quarterback does in San Francisco. They went to the Super Bowl with Jimmy G for 2 years. Jimmy G, a very average quarterback.
Yep.
You have yourself.
And I pointed out those stats today. The year they went to the Super Bowl, Jimmy Garoppolo had 3,900 yards, 27 touchdowns, and 13 interceptions. I think Daniel can do that.
You could definitely do that with wide receivers. You could do
especially
at least
now that he's got a little more of a threat in Wan'Dale coming back, and you're going to see over the next couple of weeks his role is going to expand because they've got him on a snap count because of the knee, because they don't want him to go down again because they need him on the field. Right. So they're gonna ease him back in, and you're gonna see them. You know, they had Evan Neal in vertical sets this week, so they're gonna open up the pass a little more. So
get his pass sets down.
Look at his limited snap count, and look how much of an impact he already made on the offense yesterday. That it's called a whip route, is what it is. He went out, whipped in, put his foot in the ground, and whipped it back inside. Like, who's doing that?
He's so quick.
Like that was, dude. And that's you have to cut on his knee. So like his knee is good. Got to cut on the knee. It's a one step boom. You got to stick that foot in there and push off. And he got that. He got the defender almost falling down. And that kind of over the middle, he had two. One of them he should have caught. But you get your hands on it, you better catch it.
He'll get there.
But he made up for it in the fourth quarter on the one drive after that when they scored with Daniel Bellinger. Like I was saying it today. Imagine if they can get Wan'Dale going, right, and have him work in the middle of the field, like maybe towards the hashes, a little bit outside the hashes. And then now you can get Daniel Bellinger on some of those Mark Andrews seam routes.
Yes.
Because he's gonna pull guys inside, keep guys at bay. You can let Daniel Bellinger split the seams. Let him split the seams. And this kid, Marcus Johnson, keep your eye on this kid. He's fast. 4.39.
He got
4.39. This kid's a good kid, dude. I like what I'm seeing from this.
Let's call a spade a spade. This offense still has so much more room for growth, and that's what's exciting about it.
Well, think about it this way. Think about it this way too, right? Look at the changes in just the body types of players after their rookie year, from year 1 to year 2. Like, look at Azeez, right? And I know he's not playing right now, and he'll hopefully be back for the Jags game, right? Look at the size of Azeez now. And that's probably where some of these soft tissue injuries are coming from, because he's putting on all this extra weight, and he's trying to move like he used to, and he's putting strain on these muscles, right? But if you grow the right way, right, like Bellinger needs to put on a little more weight. We want Bellinger to be one of those, like, across the middle, like smash you in the face tight ends, like that New York is known for. Guys like Mark Bavaro, Jeremy Shockey, those type of guys, he's got the opportunity to grow like that between seasons. Like you've seen, what have you seen out of Daniel Bellinger this year? You've seen steady growth in every week. He's getting just a little bit better and a little bit better, right?
Yep.
And with the right coaching, with the right weight training, diet, and all that other stuff that they're going to do for him in the offseason, you're going to see that much more of a jump in year 2.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So again, like Wandale, same thing. These guys in the defense, we're going to get Beavers back. And is he going to be, awesome right away like he was in training camp? Probably not. He's going to need a little time to get, fully confident in the way his body feels after the ACL, or Achilles. I can't remember what his injury was.
It was an ACL.
But it was an ACL.
Yeah.
So you're going to see some growth out of him. Maybe not everything you want to see, but like we've always been, like everybody's been saying all year long, it's year 2 after that injury. You come back and we've still got all these guys on rookie deals.
Yeah.
Okay. We've got nowhere to go but up, and we need
and I'm
to
going to knock on wood.
More pieces.
No injuries. No injuries.
Knock hard on
that. Knock on. Well, Zero. I like you using Buffalo as a reference for kind of how they built, because that's our pedigree now. So we wanted to keep the show under an hour, and instead of kicking you guys out, we're just going to move to the party portion here. And just bring on
Monty.
Monty's alive.
And Monty.
Monty, how's your mouth doing, bud? How's your mouth
doing?
It's
good.
Bud?
It's all better. We're straight.
Great. I was concerned last week. I was very concerned.
I'm alive.
I wasn't.
How are you, bro?
Yo, what up, C's?
What's up, man? What's up, guys? R0 with the faces 24/7, man.
He's the master spacer.
Doing God's work. Let's go.
Hey, I'm just saying, y'all, we're 4 wins away from y'all getting a 24-hour, because at 9 wins, it's almost guaranteed we're making the
Let's go.
4 more wins, and we're getting that much closer. To
NFC East is going to represent.
I'm going to say the dirty word, fellas. Playoffs.
Hey, Monty, you got anything real quick? Get something off your mind. You got anything you want to talk about? What you got?
One thing I just wanted to add on to the Daniel Jones conversation, I think what it comes down to is everyone's talking about what should we do, what will we do, and really it comes down to it's not an easy decision, and it's because Daniel Jones isn't an elite great quarterback where you're like no shot that we're not going to let go. $40 million, here's money. And he's not a tomato can where you're going like the fuck off my team. I can't wait till you're out of here. He's a good quarterback. We probably aren't going to use the franchise tag on him. So if we don't pay him before he hits open market, we'll have better. It's going to be a tough situation. It's an interesting conversation. I trust Joe Shane to
8-3 in his last 11 starts. If you guys want to worry about wins, if you want to talk about wins, he's been on a shitty team for a long time. He's 8-3 his last 11 starts.
And I might get some hate for this comment, but I found this out today. Eli Manning has 7 fourth quarter comebacks or fourth quarter comebacks. Daniel Jones has 4 already.
Oh, you're talking about total in his career or in a season?
This season.
Yeah.
Wait, but Eli had to have more than that.
Yeah.
From what I read, it said he only had 7 fourth quarter comebacks.
Eli had 7 in a season.
I think it was like 2011
and 2011.
2011, Eli had 7.
It's based off of season. I just want to bring one thing about
C's, what's up, brother?
I just want to bring up one thing about Jones. You guys had a great conversation while I was in the background. I can't necessarily say that, one, he hasn't persuaded me for another contract, and then 2, I don't know if we've seen this kid's ceiling now.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So, and I'm not saying like he's Rodgers or Mahomes. That's not what I'm saying.
No.
Yeah. What I mean is that like he's doing this, and we're going on week 7, week 6, and he's playing okay ball. If he gets another year under his belt with Daboll, it makes me curious, because Brian Daboll is so good and Kafka is so good. We haven't had this in the building in forever, right? Like, I think that's really the force multiplier right now for this team. It's the fact that it's like, we're going into just about every game and we're not going to get out coached. We're not going to have a bad time management situation. We're going to know what to do. And it does make me wonder, like, does this kid get hit with the transition tag? Does he get hit with
too much? It would be too much for the transition tag. The better thing to do
But
would have given like a 1 or 2 year deal.
yeah, the better thing
for
to do
like
would be
20
give
to
him-
25 million.
Yep.
And you can heavily incentivize it and stuff like that and go that route. Because I think if you use the franchise tag, it's 30
like
million.
30
The
something
transition
million.
tag is almost 30 million. So
and listen, we
that's why you
all
tagged
love
Saquon.
we all love Joe Shea. We trust him. So let's trust that he can come up with a good contract for this guy.
He'll
right?
figure it out.
This is all end of season stuff. Like, C's, I like your
Yeah.
point. We haven't seen his ceiling yet. I think this coach would be the one to realize his ceiling. But until he gets an alpha and a competent wide receiver group, you're not going to know what his ceiling is.
Mhm.
Name a great quarterback that didn't have great receivers. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
Eli
they kind
Manning.
of go.
He had
compared
Blasco
to-
and,
he's
and
really
Toomer.
good receiver.
Cruz, man.
Blasco and Toomer and Steve
Let's
Smith.
not
he had
forget
some-
the days where Eli was throwing
Cruz.
to
Yes, he had some bad years. You're right.
I think if we
Yeah.
go
Preston
3-1,
Preston.
if we
Yeah.
go 3-1 over the next 4 games, I think they make a move at wide receiver. I think they
shout
make
out,
a
shout out OBJ.
Imagine them. I mean,
There
it's
you
gonna be
go.
so hard to do with our.
Listen, that's right. I'm not trying to make any predictions, but I'm saying that's
They
right
need to
around
give
when
somebody.
he's supposed
They
to
need
be
to give
getting
somebody.
healthy.
I wouldn't be
Yes.
surprised at that at all. I wouldn't
Yeah.
be
That
surprised.
it's
at that
right
at all.
around when he's supposed to be getting healthy. Is right around November time.
November.
Imagine-
He wants to go contender. be a
Imagine this
contender.
motherfucker comes back and plays against Dallas on Thanksgiving.
Oh my God, it's gonna blow the roof.
Can you
Off.
imagine? Oh,
He's the type of guy that wants that spotlight too. You know it. He's like, what
Think
better
about that.
way
Think
to
about
get
that
NFL
headline.
would go nuts, bro. It would be.
think
the-
about that
awesome.
headline. 9-1 Giants going
This is-
into Dallas. Into Dallas. For maybe at that point, potentially the first place in the division at that point,
Mhm.
and OBJ's first return.
One last thing, and you got a very good point, R0. Very good point. I don't know if I missed this segment or not, but have we talked about Thibodeau?
I briefly touched on how he came up with the play that you want out of your star edge rusher at the end of the game. That's what you start. That's what you draft him for.
I mean, this kid's a finisher, man.
Mm-hmm.
Straight
you
up
need that closer. That's what the
now-
Giants have missed for so long.
That
gonna say the
passion,
same. I've been lacking
those tears coming out of his dude, like that's passion.
He's the
And
real
people
deal.
were
man.
shitting on him
Doesn't care
after
about
like
the guy
after his
this-
first game back. They were like, "Oh, where's this guy Kayvon? He's a bust. He ain't
This
gonna
is,
amount."
this is the
Dude,
guy
this
that
guy
they said
was
had character
crying
concerns.
on the field,
Mhm.
like that. And I think my Ivan base 718, he said it in the space. This will be this modern age, this generation, Michael Strahan. That's what, not Hall of Famer,
Ooh,
but he
I
will
like
be
it.
this generation's Michael Strahan for the New York Football Giants.
I love it.
You look at that front four, man.
You get Aziz back
That's
healthy.
Hey, I'm just, hey.
Dude, I love this. Dude. You got Jihad Ward doing flips. You have Thibodeau dancing. This team is fucking having fun
Thibodeau,
again, man.
salsa, you got
Yeah,
sexy
like-
Dexy out there doing.
They're having fucking fun. Sexy Dexy looking like a damn all pro out there. This guy is just a game changer in the
That kid's a
middle.
monster.
What do you think? What do you guys think of Dexter Lawrence contract looks like?
That's the scary part. He's playing himself into some bigger numbers.
Well, see, here's the
Oh,
thing.
Leo
We've already
type
got
contract.
Dexter's 5th-year option. We've
Yes.
got Dex
Yeah.
next year
You can
already.
kick it can down the road for a little bit.
So
Yeah,
that's
and-
the smartest thing that Shane did is the guys came in, the coaching staff came in, looked at him. Guys like Jerome Henderson were like, I can do something with this guy. I can unlock the potential in this dude, and there you go.
I think
Before
Wink
every
challenged
game,
him for Pro Bowl, like first thing in camp.
Yeah.
before every game,
Baldinger said it on a video. He said, Wink told him, he's like, if you don't make the Pro Bowl this year, it's my fault.
He saw it right away.
Before every game, the defensive line coach is grabbing him by the head. He's like, you are the best one out here.
Yeah.
Go out there and dominate.
Mm-hmm.
They're great
I-
coaches.
I thought it was
The coaching staff is phenomenal.
Get the
They
best
have
out
to
of
sign
everybody.
him this offseason, though. Because
Yes.
if they don't sign him, if they don't do it this
They
year
don't.
and they let his 5th year ride out and he balls out again, he's going to be worth even more money than what he would be this offseason.
And
So I would even argue to say he may even get his contract during the season.
You may have to backload it because they still have to pay Leonard Williams next year $32 million, and then probably let him.
Something's going to happen with Leonard. I think they're going to work out some.
No, they wouldn't. They wouldn't have to, because next year, if they extend him out of his 5th-year contract, he gets his 5th-year option money next year. His contract won't kick in until the year after. Right. So Leo's money will be off the table already.
So part of me is thinking with. Oh, sorry. See, I was saying part of me is thinking with that 5th too. If you extend him. It depends on what you end up doing with Leo, but you can take some of that money and move it into this year and distribute it more. So it's not like at a $20 million per season. You can bring it down to more like a 17.
You're right.
And it's Leo won't be here after next year.
It's always super telling when you have your peers tell you, yo, this kid can ball. This kid can play. Yo, like when Aaron Rodgers came back and said, yo, the entire offensive line was like, yo, 97 is kicking our ass.
97.
Like, I was like, okay.
Like, I saw that clip
you know
on
what I mean?
McAfee, and I'm just like, say his name.
That's when you know.
He said 97. He didn't want to say his name. He just said 97.
Oh, nah, I didn't mean it like that.
No. That's what Aaron did.
Aaron Rodgers.
That's what Aaron Rodgers did. He didn't say his name. He said
97 is a premier player.
Because they didn't know who he was. Who's 97? They didn't know his name. That you better fucking learn it real quick.
You know, Rodgers.
You're gonna learn today.
Yeah. And I real quick, I know you guys are wrapping up. I heard you guys say about the draft picks and us not having a really good draft pick potentially because we're winning a lot, which is great. I also thought about the fact that we could trade down if we have a 20s pick and get more picks to really fill out the roster.
Absolutely.
That was the other thing.
Option. They could trade out of the first
when
round.
You guys were talking about that, I was literally thinking like, man, if we're in the 20s, I could see us trading down.
Absolutely. It would be smart. And this team, again, then you load up for the 24 draft and you go for it. You go for your home run. You go for your quarterback. And I trust that this staff they'll find their guy. Like, this is going to be our guy, and let's go for it. And
that's a smart point, C's, right there. They could trade out of the first round completely and acquire more picks for either that draft or next year to add to their arsenal to try to move up. If DJ's not the guy, they could do it that way. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, something like what the Eagles did with the Saints, trade just their first for a first next year and another pick.
That's the beauty of if you're not desperate for a quarterback. And another team is, and maybe one of those quarterbacks drops, then a team will give you the house to go get them.
And you got a good GM. They could do that kind of shit. Because
absolutely,
like a Gettleman wouldn't think like that. You know, he's old school. You got Shane, who's a forward-thinking guy.
And the last thing I'm going to say is, you Eagle fans, keep thinking you guys got the MVP. Keep riding that Jalen Hurts train. You're one passing touchdown more than Daniel Jones. Keep doing that. Keep feeling that way. Keep feeling that way. I like it. You understand?
We're gonna clip
on that note. On that note, baby, we have to end that shit on that note, man. Yo, thank you all you guys out here for coming out again. Another New York revival. Yo, we're fucking 5-1. New York sports. Yankees going to ALCS. Rangers are hot again. Basketball star. Maybe the Knicks are going to be good this year. Baby. Who the fuck knows? We're revival. We're hot, baby. When we're hot, we're hot. Let's go.
Was he getting a belt? What's he getting? He's grabbing something. What's he grabbing?
Oh,
that's right, baby. That's right, baby.
Champs over here.
5-1 Giants. If anyone's in the area, come watch the game with us Sunday. Staten Island, Tommy's Tavern. Anybody is welcome to join. Nothing formal. We're just watching the game at the bar. You're welcome to drink with us and get rowdy at that bar.
Don't overlook the Jaguars, but let's get a fucking W.
Fuck Trevor Lawrence. That's all I'm going to say.
Thanks for joining, guys. Should we play that song?
Hit
play it, baby.
Music.
Peace.